to take two. Call us in the morning. Your favorite twin doctors, Dr. I, Dr. J, they are with us this morning answering those puzzling health questions we're all curious about. Good morning. Great to have you. Dr. J's in the house. Yeah. Dr. I joining us via video. Great to have you guys. All right. So here's the first question. Yeah. GLP-1 patches more effective than GLP-1 pills for weight loss? I'm going to say no, and I don't know anything about this. So
your intuition is very strong. That is false. You are right.
Oh, wow,
this is the thing. You know, everybody is on the GLP-1 medications now. Ozempic, Wegovy, Zepbound for weight loss, and they're super effective.
Okay.
You see a lot of rebound when you stop them, but that's another story for another time.
Yeah.
But now people are selling these GLP-1 patches, and they're saying they're more effective. They are a total ripoff. Caveat emptor. They don't even have the GLP-1 medications in them. So they basically just have simple supplements, ginger, berberine, things you can get over the counter. They're supposed to naturally boost your GLP-1 levels. They do a little bit, but not nearly as effective as taking the injections. And so basically, they don't work. Now, they are doing research on actual patches that contain the GLP-1 medications like Ozempic and Wegovy.
Okay.
They've only done animal studies. They're a ways off. So if you want to do the GLP-1s, unfortunately, you're going to have to give yourself the injection. No patch.
All right. Well, the patch seems more convenient. Okay. All right. Interesting. All right, Dr. I, here's one for you. Forget an apple a day. A new study finds that a milkshake a day can keep the doctor away. This has to be false, right?
We were all praying it was true, but this is false. Well, this is the thing. So milkshakes are really kind of a substitute for things that have a lot of saturated fat. So they did this study where they gave people a milkshake a day, but it was a very fatty milkshake with whipped cream and things like that. Now, we know that saturated fats aren't necessarily good for you. What was surprising in the study was that one milkshake, after about 4 hours of having the milkshake, after drinking the milkshake, they saw that people had a lot of inflammation in the brain and in the heart, and they saw that the arteries actually hardened. Now, again, we know that saturated fats over time will lead to hardening in the arteries, which can lead to heart attacks, stroke, things of that nature. So we're not saying don't have a milkshake or don't have anything with saturated fats. It's all about moderation. So when you have fats, because you're gonna have fats in your diet, you want to have unsaturated fats like olive oil. So you can have a milkshake, you can have french fries, you can have a burger every once in a while, but just moderate. No more than 6% of your calories should come from saturated fats, and go more for those unsaturated fats. And enjoy the milkshake every once in a while. It's going to be okay.
You guys are so realistic and sweet and practical, and we really appreciate it. All right. Rates of type 1 or juvenile diabetes, which were primarily seen in children, now increasing in adults. This sounds bad. I'm going to say yes.
You're not very optimistic.
No, I mean, I hope it's not true, but it
true,
seems too specific to be false.
Yeah, no, it's true. So rates of diabetes just in general are rising, but we used to call type 1 diabetes juvenile diabetes because you only saw it in children, and type 2 adult because you saw it in adults. Now they're finding that a lot of adults with type 2 diabetes aren't responding to typical type 2 diabetes medications. And it turns out it's because they've got late onset juvenile diabetes. So they've got kid diabetes. They're calling this type 1.5 diabetes because they're saying it's in adults, but it's basically juvenile diabetes. So the take home is if you're an adult, you're diabetic, you're taking your medications, you're not getting better, it's probably not type 2, it's late onset juvenile or type 1.5 diabetes.
Oh, that's good awareness. Said here, but you know, good to know that you're on top of it. So that's nice. You can go to a professional and get this figured out. Okay, so the key to preventing muscle cramping for athletes to change the playing surface. I'm going to say yes.
Yeah, that is actually true. That is true.
Really? Gosh.
It is true. It is true. So it's multifactorial like most things in life, right? Nothing is ever super simple. But we always tell athletes, if you're having a lot of muscle cramping, you know, hydrate well, get your electrolytes, because dehydration and an imbalance of the electrolytes is probably playing a role. And that is true. But they've done a lot of studies that show that even if you're hydrating well and even if you're getting your electrolytes and you still suffer from a lot of cramping in the legs or in the muscles, probably what is going on is because of the surface that you're playing on, your muscles are confused. And so you're getting more of that twitch action than that relaxation action. So that's what's leading to the muscle spasms. So it's that change it up. If you're going on a hard surface, try grass. Maybe get some insoles for your shoes. So again, like most things in life, it's multifactorial. Make sure you're hydrating, keep your electrolytes balanced, stretch before, stretch after. But if you're still suffering from these cramps, change the surface, change the shoes. It might help.
All right, that's great. All right, and we don't have time for this question, but is pumpkin spice latte good for your digestion? Just yes or no?
Yes. Yes.
All right, some good news for pumpkin spice on the way out. Great to have you both. You guys are so much fun. And to have your medical questions or your health questions answered on our show, you can find Dr. I, Dr. J on social media at twindoctors_, their website.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.